Hello everyone, I'm your host, Junpei, Ace Detective. Today on Know Your Stuff, I'll be talking about a Discord server currently known as the Morgan Fanclub. Over 200 members have joined the server, and not everyone knows the full lore behind the server. Today on Know Your Stuff, I'll be taking a look behind the curtain of the Morgan Fanclub. Created on November 30th, 2020, the Morgan Fanclub begun its debut as a Gmod server. Junpei 4200, or is now known as Darman 4200, created the server for people who enjoy Gmod to hang out together. He named it OK Buddy Gmod based off the name of another Persona-related Discord server, OK Buddy Persona. The opening of the server started pretty smoothly. Multiple people showed up after he invited the people of OK Buddy Persona to join his server. Some people streamed them playing Gmod, others played together. For a little while the server was quite active, but after a while people grew tired of Gmod and went back to OK Buddy Persona. Junpei wanted to keep the server alive but had no idea how to do so, even asked some of his server members for tips. At the time, Junpei didn't have a PC, so he was unable to play with anyone or stream. It seemed like all hope was lost for a month or two. It was until Junpei was looking through OK Buddy Persona and saw people talking about everyone's favorite mascot, Morgana, from the hit JRPG game Persona 5. Junpei would then renovate the server into the server you all know today. Due to the server being a Gmod server previously, there were no mods to watch over the server if Junpei decided to go away for a bit, so he created a mod application for people to fill out. A decent amount of people submitted their applications. Arson, Olivia, Fraud, Abyss, and Yazid. These are the mods you'd see today in the server. There were other mods, but they were demodded due to the lack of activity or on their own accord. Our team managed to grab a couple mods from the server for a few interviews, so be prepared. Once Junpei found a couple moderators, he could rest in peace. In the early life of the Morgan Fanclub, only the mods were active, but that would soon change. Many arcs and incidents have happened in the server, and I'm here to explain them. I'll be explaining the arcs in any order, because neither me or the team truly know when each arc begun or ended. Let's start with the biggest argument in Morgan Fanclub history. As I just mentioned, this was the biggest and most controversial argument in Morgan Fanclub history. Ganondorf, the main antagonist of the Legend of Zelda series, was heavily debated in the server. Two opposing sides fought to decide what Ganondorf's race was. Fraud, one of the mods in the server, believed 100% that Ganon is black, while OJ believed otherwise. Speaking of OJ, our crew asked him what it was like being on the opposing force of the debate.
The Ganon is black debate now. Those were the good old days. Yeah, I just felt like I remember at that time I just really had to feel like I felt like I had to prove a point. Like, just look at Ganon. He's like, you think that's black? Really? He looked like more of an olive green color to me. I just had to inside of me I had to prove to Bryson that he's an idiot. That Ganon isn't black. He's not black. Let's look at him. He's not black. Being to reference several sources such as Smash Bros. Ganon, Calamity Ganon, Twilight Princess Ganon, etc. Yeah. So that was an interesting experience. But it's funny how now, even after all that debate, both their opinions switched. I remember that now I think that Ganon's a black. He may not look black, but on the inside, Ganon is just a sexy black man. And then Bryson thought the opposite. Bryson believes that he's not black anymore. That's pretty funny. So yeah, that was a fun part of our lives. I should get debate again like that someday.
Thank you for your input, OJ. This was a long debate. Many members of the server joined in, giving their own opinions to Ganondorf's race. Junpei even made a video about it using Objection Maker, a free-to-use website that simulates a Phoenix Wright trial. In the end, everyone decided that Ganon is indeed black, and even an emoji was made to signify this occasion in history. Now, let's move on to the most popular member of the Morgan fan club. Kurt, a former member of the fan club, is now a celebrity even without him being in the server. It all started when Kurt joined the server. For a few minutes, he said nothing. The others thought he was lurking and planning on leaving right after he joined. All hope was lost until he speaked. He talked about his custom videos where him and his girlfriend would moan your name or say anything you'd tell them to say, for a fee, of course. At first, no one was amused. Everyone thought Kurt was a simple bot trying to scam someone after their money. Everyone knew if you use Discord, it's physically impossible to have a girlfriend, until Kurt showed everyone otherwise. Junpei-kun muted Kurt, thinking he was a bot. It was until he distant messaged Kurt and found out that Kurt was a real person, just trying to feed his family. Instantly noticing his mistake, Junpei-kun unmuted Kurt and allowed him to speak again. By now, his custom videos were the talk of the server, everyone begging Kurt to make a custom video or asking others for money to be able to afford Kurt's fee. This one went on for several minutes. His popularity skyrocketed. So much, in fact, that Fraud temporarily changed the Morgan fan club into the Kurt fan club, surprising everyone and all the members. Chaos ensued in the server as Kurt and Junpei-kun were talking about his custom videos. Kurt began cursing Junpei-kun's name after a failed attempt for a transaction. This angered Junpei-kun, who kicked him from the server, thus ending his time in the fan club. Many members of the server were depressed. No more would they get his custom videos. Some say they still see Kurt online. Others say he'll come back. For now, anytime somebody would say Kurt, Dino would paste his lovable copy pasta of his custom video advertisement for everyone to enjoy. Now, beware, this next arc might be concerning to viewers watching the video. You have been warned. The worst arc known to the Morgan fan club, an arc where trolling criminals were allowed to wander the server free from the law. Here's the video that started it all. Viewer discretion is advised.
We like to troll. We like to go the night before one of their primaries. We do a little trolling. It's called We Do a Little Trolling.
Who knew Donald J. Trump, a former president, was a member of the trolling anarchy? Junpei-kun was the one who showed this video to everyone in the server, with no regret whatsoever. Luckily, Junpei-kun now knows the error in his ways that day. Our team was unable to find him and ask him about the video, which was rather unfortunate. Young Fraud caught on quickly, finding the video hilarious. He found it so funny that every 5 minutes he'd say we'd do a little trolling. Who knew a troll slayer would have such a dark past? OJ also caught on, finding it funny as well. Fraud even made an announcement telling everyone to do a little trolling. How despicable. This continued for several hours. It was until OJ put an end to the joke, killing trolls and the joke as well. This disappointed Fraud, who was going to make a trolling bot. Thank God we live in the timeline where he made Fartbot instead. To this day, the troll emoji still exists in the server, hiding, waiting for someone to bring it into the chat. Here we have a mod who still trolls nearly every day, and why they do it.
Why do I troll? Well, I troll to get a reaction out of those around me, and like hope to get posted in a quotes channel or something so I can think I'm funny for about 5 seconds. There's something about the troll face that just speaks to me, almost like it tells me what to do. It's like some higher power, you know? I simply do a little trolling, put simply. It's a skill that's taken years and years to perfect. I've been trolling since like the dark ages of 2016. My whole life I've worked as an undercover troll. If Fraud is listening, you've been trolled, owned. Please don't take my mod away though.
It's scary to realize what kind of madness you can find on the streets of fake New York. Anyways, let's move on to a more happy arc where everyone could live in peace happily. This arc started because of a video as well. Take a look.
$19 Fortnite card. Who wants it? And yes, I'm giving it away. Remember, share, share, share. And trolls, don't get blocked.
Did you hear it? Right at the end. That one statement started his troll-slaying army. That started as a one-man army into a 1,000-man army. Troll slayers who risked their life every day rejoice as they watch that same video. Fraud, being more mature after the trolling arc, caught on again. This time he would fully commit himself to being a slayer. This would be Fraud's redemption arc, as anyone he would see using the troll emoji or saying we do a little trolling would be blocked. If you joined the server and took a look at his profile, at the very top lies the Master of Troll Slaying role. This is probably the longest arc in the server, considering Fraud is still managing over trolls to this day. Due to his extremely old age and many years of watching for trolls, he has calmed down and more laid back. Probably the most biggest event in this arc was when Fraud realized he could ping trolls. More than 4 troll alts were dug up and found in the server. Fraud was held back by many members and would instead ping everyone with a poll if he should block all the trolls or not. The trolls held on for dear life as they tried multiple times to show people were voting against killing them, but they didn't realize they were looking at the wrong poll. The trolls were spared and allowed to live, but not in the Morgan Fanclub. They created a server to house the trolls. Who knows where that server home is today? Our team managed to catch Fraud in an alleyway, killing people who trolled him. We asked what his opinion on trolling was, and he had to say this. Thank you, Fraud. One troll still lives in the server, going by the name Brochin. Fraud and Brochin fight to the death daily. Troll Slayer versus Troll. We tried to interview him, but he declined. All he would say is get trolled. Disgusting. So, let's move on to a not-so-family-friendly arc. I will keep this arc brief, because I'm not too familiar with this one. Demifiend was a former member of the server, who would constantly talk about his religion. Junpei-kun swiftly banned him after he became a nuisance, but OJ thought otherwise. He unbanned Demifiend and let him back into the server. Kinda weird move, but whatever, I suppose. Anyways, Demifiend joined the server once again, this time bearing words that would get me banned on national television, if showed. He called people many slurs, and Junpei-kun likes to call this arc OJ Fail Compilation Part 4. Anyways, he really had something against the owner, calling him not-so-nice words. And he talked about his SMT server in his swift visit at the Morgan Fanclub. We found Yazid, who joined the server on the street pissing in an alleyway. Here's what he said was his experience in that server.
He asked me to do a favor to be a moderator in his server. It's called SMT Elitist. I thought it was a joke. Maybe it is. So I decided to help him to set up some emotes and bots roles too. After Lisan banned from Morgan Fanclub, he got banned again. He banned me right after.
Thank you, Yazid. Now, let's move on to the final major arc. I call this an arc, but really these are just 2 incidents rolled into one, so that there would be an easier time sorting them. Let's start with the Olivia Bot. Olivia Bot was coded by Arson, a mod in the server who has quite the obsession with Olivia. But more on that later. This Olivia bot was quite strange. This bot would constantly code Arson Vor Simulator, not to mention it was very racist. It is quite odd. The bot would go even as far as putting on booty shorts and shaking around. Don't question it. Arson Vor Simulator hasn't been dug up yet, but one day scientists will find the game and find out what terrible mysteries lie underneath the cover. Next, we have another Arson and Olivia incident, this time spanning much greater. Arson made a YouTube video exposing Olivia and her weird habits, and her ever-growing racism. A link to the video is in the description. Here's a small part from the video.
And number 10, cock. Now, would you believe if I said Olivia says cock and ball nearly every day of the week? You wouldn't believe me, would you? But it's true. It's super true. She says cock and ball so many times. It is annoying, you guys. It's just so annoying.
Our crew found Olivia going over what seemed to be 70 or 80 miles per hour on her scooter thanks to her mutant calves. This is what she said about the video.
How I was surprised about Arson's video? Well, I really love that video. It's really funny. It made me happy. So it was like a nice surprise.
Thank you, Olivia. For such a sweet voice, she is so very racist. Now, Arson, we also found him in the server as committing arson. Here's what he said and how he created the video that we showed you earlier.
Yeah, I did the usual stuff. But the making of it was nothing special. I just, of course, I bribed some France officials to show me never seen before footage of the incident of Paris. It took a lot of money, and for my research, I just looked at her chat history, looked for any patterns, looked for any sussy behavior, and I've worked my ass off to find out that she was actually the great mastermind behind it.
Thank you, Arson. The Morgan Fanclub is a weird server. From trolling to troll slaying, the server has seen many crazy things, both good and bad. Many fails have occurred in the server, and if I tried to list them, this would be a 48-minute TV broadcast just like Breaking Bad. If you're interested in the server and want to be a part of this lovely 200-man server, then please, by all means, use the link in the description. And for everyone watching from the fan club, sheesh! That's all for me, Junpei, Base Detective, and thank you for watching Know Your Stuff. Have a blessed day or night.